It's the final few seconds before the lights go out and the race to the podium begins. You know this battle will be won off the track as well as on it. You've studied your tactics, anticipated every move like a grandmaster. You've researched and analysed, modified and fine-tuned to perfection. You have honed your instincts to give you an edge over your rivals. Your drivers focused, your team ready. The championship in the balance. First past the checkered flag, the goal. Epic victory or ultimate failure. There is only a heartbeat between them. MotorSport Manager. Take control.
Oh, welcome to another Something for the Weekend series. Now, last week I went through one of the games I used to play a lot. Next week I'm going to go for another game I used to play a lot, and we'll play a game I played more than anything else, which sadly no longer exists. But for this week I'm going to go through one I'm playing quite a bit at the moment, which is MotorSport Manager. Now, for you sensible people out there who watch Johnny Vee, you should know that he's been doing a live series on it. He's using a sports car. I'm doing the open wheelers. No, I mean, he also has got his own team. I have taken up Mucky, or however you pronounce it, which was a ready-made team. I'm also using CE's Fire 17. Right, let's have a quick look and see what we've been doing. Right, players. This is my career history so far. I started in 2016 in Formula 3, in which we had 8 races, and we got podiums in 7 of them, and won 5, and we went straight up. Actually, not a bad likeness, that. Up there. Oh, well, yes. Next year, we went on to Formula 2, took promotion as I got it. Obviously, well, not obviously, but I did, and we didn't do so well this year. 12 races, 2 podiums, no wins. And during this season, a lot of votes went on, because you vote for rule changes, and they got rid of just about everything was specified with the exception of brakes for the end of the season, so once that came clear that's what's going to happen, I start building brakes. But we'll go back to that in a moment. The next, we didn't do too well. 2018, a little bit better. We got 5 podiums out of 11 races. Now, this is the season we're on now, 2019. Still in the Formula 2. So far, with 6 races, 4 podiums and 2 wins. We are doing rather well this season. Let's have a look at the HQ. This is our headquarters. I already had a level 2 factory, which was a great help. But I have, let's see what we've done here. We have a look on here. We haven't upgraded the design centre. We have upgraded it once. It's now on level 2. Factory's level 2. Brakes are level 2. Mainly because as soon as I heard that we're going to be able to develop ourselves with brakes, I built a factory to level 1, or a facility to level 1. Then later, or the next season, I built again to get up to level 2, so at least we could do something with the brakes. And the rest of it's all fairly standard. Now, a couple of things I've done which may be a little bit iffy for some people. I have actually got a helipad in. It was cheap. And the idea of that is for sponsors. We may just be able to pull up some better sponsors. And talking about sponsors, here we are. This is our sponsorship at the moment. We're getting almost 800,000 per race on this one. We only got 1 race left on that. 611,000 per race from Boss, Hugo Boss. AT&T, we're getting 483,000 per race. So you notice I'm doing all these per race. Pirelli, now this is a booty. This slot was already full when I took over, and that one gave about the same as this, 1,200,000 just over. So I had 2 like that, were giving us plenty of money. Tag are giving us just under 500,000 per race, and Puma was an upfront payment. There wasn't any choice on that. That was either that or you would get, depending on where you finish in the race. And I couldn't. That's too much of a risk. I'd rather have this certainty. So I took the 3 million and ran. Our finances at the moment are quite healthy. We've got 6.5 million, and we're making 2.5 million per race at the moment. And we have maximum budget going forward for the next season, which I hope will be in Formula 1. There's standings. We'll have a quick look at the standings. I will be running one race doing this. Here we are. You can see the prize fund is quite good. So if we win this, we're going to be doing nicely. But at the moment, we're standing 1st, 9th, and 12th. But this guy was going so badly that I actually brought in our reserve driver and gave him Tivita, I don't know how you pronounce that, his seat. Sylvester was also a reserve driver who was brought in a couple of seasons ago, and he's done very well. So I'm quite happy with our team. And at the moment we've got a 61-point lead in these team standings. This is round 7 of 12, and we just have a quick look at the calendar. Ardennes is the next one. As you can see, we got... No, I think we might have just done Ardennes. Anyway, whichever it is, we've got that to do. Or is it the one we're on at the moment? I think it may be. We've still got Milan to go, Black Sea, Yokohama, Doha, and Vancouver, which is new, I think new this year. Though I don't know anything about this track. And scouting, well, I always scout for young drivers. I scout a lot, just to hope to pick one up, and I've been lucky so far. The driver who's leading started off as being scouted and went as our reserve driver until he got his chance and came in. And the guy who's in 9th place was similar, scouted young and brought in. Pit crew is here, and it's been auto-managed at the moment. I'm going to leave that alone. Our staff, right, this is a new member of staff. Our previous one in that position was caught selling our secrets to another team, so I fired him and brought Millie in. He wasn't that good actually, and she is looking far better already, and she's young, so she's going to improve. As you can see, she's very good at the moment on almost everything. And this is our main man, who is excellent on everything. He just wants his chemistry to come up to 19, and he will be perfection. And I don't know when they start going down, to be honest. See if we can get any idea. No. Yeah, he's still increasing per week, and you see he's been with us all the time. And he's been with us all the time. He has been brilliant. I'll just take it back. So we've got 17 months for his contract's up for renewal, and that will be renewed no matter what the cost. If he wants to be with us, I will pay whatever it takes. This one was quite expensive, but she's young and she's got a chance. Our designer is not the best in the business, but I'm going to keep with her for a while, going quite young and is still improving in everything. But she's only had breaks to do this year. But she's designed a good car. Now the car I go for is not the best of everything on our drivers. He was reserve up until a couple of 3 races ago when I brought him in, because this guy was just doing so badly. As you can see, he's only 2-star. Sylvester here is 3-star, and Mike Ortman is almost 3 stars, 2.5-star. But he's only 19, he's only 22, so these two have got to be improving all the time. he will improve some more, but as soon as his contract's up, he's going and I'll find another reserve driver. This gives the rest of the details. You can see how we're doing here. Now, there's a management game, but I feel that good management games are very similar to good simulation games. And we looked at that, the car and what we're doing. We're not deciding more parts because we can only do the brake and we're just about hit our ceiling on doing the brakes. We've got the 6 best brakes in the formula. And with the 6th best car in the formula, as you see, everything else is spec parts. We can't alter anything. And improved parts, what we're doing at the moment is we're upping the performance on all these. I'm only doing these 2 because I can. I'm not that worried about doing them. But I need these 2 up, and you see we're almost there, almost at maximum. And we're going to get everything very close to maximum before the race. So without further ado, let's continue. And we'll just run through until we get to the next one. Info on the gossip in the paddock. I'm not really too worried about that. They reckon we're going to struggle this week. That's what they reckoned last weekend, and I think we got first, I believe. No, we're going to try that anyway. We're going to see how well we do. And up here, reliability's been done. We'll have a quick look and see what they're doing now. They're pushing everything into getting these up. Once these are all up, we've got nothing else to do. But my aim is reliability. And when I think I'm saying about building the car, I go for good tyre wear and best fuel efficiency. Nothing else I'm not worried about. So let's go back to here and forward up to the next. Right, and we're now going to travel to the Ardennes, and we will see what we can do about fitting parts of these 2. Right. I think this time I'm going to fit him with that. And there's nothing else much we can do. In fact, what's that? Go up to 601. That also 601. I could improve his brakes very slightly by bringing them down, but this has got the extra little thing. It's good in qualification, so we're going to go with that. Continue, and we'll now fly over to the Ardennes, and we will have a go at this. Now, one of the things, of course, that the beauty of this game is it has no licenses. Now you say, what's the beauty about it? It means that they can do whatever they like. They haven't got to please everyone. The licenses you see here, all the trademarks you see here, are from Fire 17, not from this vanilla game. And I also have all the DLCs for it. And they haven't actually had to patch it lately. It's finished, I think. It's a good game which runs well. Alright, I'm ignoring him completely. I'm just letting him run his time out. So I bring our 2 main drivers in. This is car 1, but he's not number 1. Now we're going to load a setup. We've got one Ardennes track A. I'm going to go right to the end first. Ardennes track A. Here we are. That was used by Tickham. That was used by Altman. Now Altman, we put in his one he used last time. Now I'm going to change the tyres to soft. I always use the hardest tyres. My idea is to try and get right through with only 1 pit stop. We have to stop once anyway. The tyres will last more than that. Some you have to stop twice, some races. And we do the same with this one. It's so fast, and I don't think I've got one for him. So I'm going to use the other one here. I don't think we've got any other Ardennes here at all. If you ever get confused which track you're on, if you look up here, it tells you the current track. get back down again. Yeah, we try. See what. No, we'll go with the same ones the other guys got. No, these won't be dead, right? Because we're in a different season now. And things have changed. The car has been designed again, redesigned. It's had things done to it. The conditions are different out on the track. So this will just give us a rough idea. Right, we're happy with that. So we now go to practice, take practice, wait for it to load up, practice, and send the first one out. Check on his stints. I want race trim. Check he's still got the right tyres on. He has. And send him out. Send out the other one. I know Johnny Vee likes to send them both out together. I'm not so worried about that. I just send them out as they're ready. But if you really want to learn about this, look at Johnny Vee. He live streams about once a week on this on YouTube, but he also has all the old videos on there. Just follow through his stuff here. Now I'm going to put these to bring these in. Well, Sylvester went out first, so I'm going to follow him round. I'm going 4 times where possible. If not, it's going to take forever. I'm also not going to bother to realign the track. It's one of those things some people like to do and others are not so worried. I'm not so worried. Just have a look there. You see it's green all the way through, so it's not so far out. We could just, it's 93, we could just tickle that a bit. We ain't going to know which way yet, so what we do, we'll just tickle that slightly, and we'll leave everything else alone for us to start off, and we'll send them straight out again. Same tire choice, same stint, and he's in also all green. As we know these two are the same, I will actually have a look at, we're just up the wings slightly. I don't want to go too much. I'm only going to alter one thing. It will alter some of the others a bit, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Now, it'll give us some idea of how far out we are. If everything goes well, we can get maximum knowledge on the tyres and on the track for racing, and plus, hopefully, do a little bit of qualifying, get at least one level of qualifying to make it a bit easier when we qualify. That brings the vest back up as he's first, and you can see where we are around here. We're just on this bit coming around, so I'll be ready to click on here, and we've got it worse. So we know we learned one thing, handling. So what we do is we just use that setup, and we actually go the other way by 1. Now we also notice that this went a bit. Now I'm not certain how far that went. It's about where it is now, but that went worse, so we'll do that as well. We'll try this, and we're still at the downforce to mess about with. As long as I get it around 97%, I'm not so worried. He's in. Now we went the right way on that. It's 16:26, so we'll remember that. Now we know we need to go, well, for the other drive we had to go down 1 on each of those, and that's what we do. We're 95 now. Get 1 more lap, then we start running laps. Now I enjoy this game. I tried, if you may recall, to do a series on this when it first came out, but it didn't really work, and that was no the extras on there, no the DLCs, and most of the stuff from the Steam Workshop, the mods, were cheaty ones. This isn't really a cheaty mod. This is a oh, look at that, the purple there. We know we want to go 16:16 here, 16:26 here. Well, we don't know we want to do that, but we're going to try it anyway. The handling is still slightly out. Which way did we go? We went that way. It was down, so we need to go that way a bit. Now we need to bring back the wrong way. We'll try that, and we'll send him out this time on a long stint. I want to send him a maximum stint so he can just ignore him now and just let him get on with it. And we'll wait for Altman to come in, and yes, he's good. The only thing that isn't good is the speed. So it looks like we've gone too far that way. We need to bring it that way a bit. I'm not going to go too far, I think. You know, we'll just bring it one slight bit above there. We'll try that. We will give him one more lap. One more single lap just to try this out. And if this works, I think we're good to go for the rest of practice. And we've still got 17 minutes of practice, so we're just gone up to the first level on tyres and knowledge. And Sylvester is now busy churning out laps. He will be happy enough doing that. Well, if he isn't happy enough, that's just hard luck. Right, oh, look at that. We can't get much better than that, 99%. I'm not going to try and fiddle that anymore, and I'm going to save that. Now he can go out and do laps, so just try and get everything done. And you notice how quickly it goes out because he didn't want no work. All it was there was just top it up with fuel and away they go. Now I never worry too much about how fast we're going in practice. It doesn't really matter. And yes, he's happy. You'll get these little messages come up which will tell you how the driver's feeling. Not quite so easy to read about 4 times. But if I played this at standard rate, and we're already into 21 minutes, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put it up to 12 times. And we're just going to whip through the rest of practice. On level 2, we may not get any qualification practice done, but that isn't going to matter. It's just telling us he's gone up a level on his setup knowledge, which makes it easy to set him up, but by the time you get up to this sort of level, it's a bit late anyway. And he's come to the last bit, so I'm going to get ready just to pause as soon as this goes up. And you see Altman has already done a very fast lap indeed. He's up in the 5th place in practice. Sylvester's still bottom. Well, we've got that done, so I'm going to bring this back to ×2 for now. And we're going to bring in, and we're going to see. Right, now we've done that, we'll go back to 4. I'm going to just change over, qualifying 3 laps, and we'll put the other tyres on and hope we can get a couple of laps out. I think it's going to be touch and go because they've got to change everything around. And we'll send him out, we'll do the same with him. Oh, that didn't look so good. Hold on. No, we're gone badly awry here. Very much wonder he's not doing so well. This was actually a better setup, so I'm going to go back to that. That's 96, we're good with that. I'm not going to play with the setup anymore. Qualifying trim. Tyre choice, and see if we can get out and get this. If we can get a couple of laps done, we may just be able to up one. Get one level on this, but he's taking his time because he's got a lot of work to do, so he's only going to get 1 lap done, I would say. And it's going to be touch and go when we get a flying lap done. Gotta get out in the next few seconds or he's away. Right, because of that we will now up to times 12 again, get this done, just see if we can. Final minute for this session. I don't think we're going to get any up at all. No. That's a pity. Come on. Oh, but he came good right at the end there. So we got, look, we got second and sixth in practice. Practice doesn't mean anything. I'm not worried about any of these. This is a nice bit, but I'll read it through when I'm playing normally, but I'm not going to bother on this. Now, providing we haven't got changeable weathers, I'm going to simulate qualifying because it isn't going to make much difference. No water. Right, we just auto pick what we can. We've got no choice. That's all we've got there. And he's got even less. Because we didn't get any done there at all. I'm just going to have a quick look there. Yeah, we'll go with those. See, he's got a good fastest lap, so I'm not going to worry that. And with simulate session, this really will shoot for at times 40. And we're first and second at the moment. We've been bumped. First and third, and that's it. That's qualifying out the way now for the race, so I'm not worried about that. We know how well we've done. One thing was the fire. You won't see, and I'm just going to get rid of these. Not so many of these to look at. As you won't see multi-part qualification or 3-stage qualification. They say it causes problems in the vanilla game, but when you've got a mod on, it causes real problems. So they haven't incorporated that in their mod. And here we go, that's the grid. I'll run this a bit times 4. It's going to take a little time. There's no sign of any rain, so we've got race trim, soft tyres, and this one will be race trim and soft tyres. Got nothing else. Neither of those. Car setup. Right, well, we might change the setup because I want to put softs on. We should get about 40 laps out of this, which should almost take us to the end if we do get 40 laps out of it. Now, fuel, we've got enough for 37 laps, so we may actually run out of fuel before we run out of tyre, but we'll see. And we'll do the same on this one. I don't use the fastest of everything. It's just not really worthwhile now. Just get away to get the tyres up to pressure. We'll put those up to temperature. We'll put on attack on both. Medium fuel engine mode so we don't burn the engine out. And it shows this button is on the front row. Now he's been the one guy who was kept beating us or kept with us. As his bird actually in 4th place on the grid. Up at the times 4. Now we keep an eye on tyre temperatures and fuel usage. At least we can refuel on this. There is one of the things you can vote for is no refueling, or even smaller tanks. We have to refill more often. I prefer I quite like this way. Either this or you don't refill at all in the race. I'm not so keen on the small tanks. Although it does just slow both of those down one. I'm going to keep that going to about lap 5 on that engine mode. I might keep Altman going right through the race on it. Let's bring it down again because if you look here, they're both heating a bit, and we don't want to get it to the top there, or else you start burning your tyres out quicker. I want to get it down a bit actually, just into the top of the grey, where I like to keep it. Whether I'm right or wrong is another matter. But I've learned a lot since I first started to play this, and we're still heating, so we'll take it right down. And we're second and third at the moment, but we will drop places because those around us are on faster tyres, a lot faster than we're running. Right, we're going to drop his engine mode down, but I'm going to keep Altman going, or Altman going maximum. So keep an eye on that, make sure they're not heating too much. I don't want to take it down to the next level on tyres. We know we've got to stop once for fuel anyway, so we might as well do our tyre change at the same time. And we'll see where Sylvester is at the moment, how he's doing. Well, the Massa is going away from us, but some of those are having real problems. No one seems to be pitting yet. Up here you can see, up here you can see the other cars and their tyres, and he's crashed. We've just got a yellow flag, so it's not anything we've got to worry about. And the numbers down here shows the distance to the car in front and the distance to the car behind. If they're grey, you're losing. If they're green, you're gaining. So if there's green here, if there's green, that means you're getting away from the guy behind. If there's green here, you're catching up to the guy behind, in front, which is handy to look at. And you see Altman's already has dropped the place, but again, I'm not going to worry about that yet, because if you look, they're all going to have to pit before we do, I hope. And we may have to pit before the tyres run out, because look at that, the track seems about, the tyres should be lasting forever on this track, and there's no sign of any rain. You can actually upgrade your forecast centre so you can see the whole race, but I haven't bothered that. And talking about the game itself, not in its open wheelers, which is Formula 3, 2, 1. There's the sports cars, but there's also endurance racing. But endurance racing is a real headache balancing that together, because you have 6 drivers in that team, 3 per car, 2 cars, and it's hard work trying to keep the finances straight. I am actually running one game off screen, which I just started with my own team, designed from the ground up, and it's not going too well at the moment. I'm running out of money rapidly. Well, we're just come to quarter distance of the race. I'm not going to up that to 12 times because I want to keep an eye on things. So this may well be quite a long video, which may please Chris if he watches it. He likes the longest videos. I can't say I'm quite so keen on it. It takes us longer to edit and render the thing. Game sounds, as you'd expect, they're not that important. The important thing is, oh boy, Bassos is catching us up rather quickly. But as you can see, we're only a quarter way through the wear on our tyres, and they're almost halfway through those on. I think I'm actually going to save a bit of fuel now. On Altman, just let him chill a little bit now, because I don't want to wear his engine out. Let's see what he's like. So we're right at the moment, and what I will do is put enough fuel when we refill to get us through to the end of the race. Both of them will put it on orange for the engine on this one, high. The harder you work the engine, the quicker things will wear out. That's the simple way of looking at it. Same as tyres. If you run the tyres right up the top there, they will burn out quicker. Now we can just bring the tyres up one just for a little while. just until it hits the red again, and then we're dropping back again. Bird is soon going to have to pit the tyres, but it looks like in 6th place. We're just about close enough to Massa to pass him, but the trouble is we've got to take a pit stop too. My main hope is that those on super softs now change to another set of super softs. For one obvious reason, that must probably mean they will have to do another stop. We're not halfway through the race yet, and they're going to have to better stop. I'm guessing that they will go on to softs for the rest of the race. I will see how it stands. Let's just knock back the fuel again. Oh, not the fuel, the tyres again. I will see how it looks for us, but as we get the extra bonus by running softs, we may just stay on softs. Again, I'm not too worried about winning. I want to get both of them, if I can, in the points, which is the top 10. Preferably the top 5, both in the top 5. That will be a good result and it'll keep us the top of the manufacturers. That's what I'm aiming for, not the individual, not the drivers' championship. As you can see, Massa now is taking off like a scalded cat. He must be putting in some quick laps before his pit stop. Oh yeah, yes, he was orange and red. This shows you here the strategy at the end. He's still on heavy fuel burn, we're on light, which is why we're falling a bit back. And the first few are going into the pits now. Near the end they're coming out on softs. Hilux and Jeffries. And Massa has to pit this time. And we actually picked a lot up on him. He must have almost burned his tyres out. And we're leading. Not for long, but we are leading. Because we are leading, I will just up his fuel burn a bit. I'm going to up Altman's fuel burn a bit again. Just to try and get a few laps in. And with Bird in the board. Not Bird, Massa, so down in 11th, but false position. Pit stops, as they do in rail racing, play havoc with the positions once the stops start. Does that make sense? Stop start. And Hilux has crashed, and again the safety car hasn't come out. But Hilux was near the back, but it doesn't make too much difference. Over the pitting, everybody's starting to think about pitting now. We're just going to up that, and I'm going to knock back the fuel again. So I think it's going to be, it is going to be a super soft end, I think, on tyres. We've gone the opposite way to just about everybody else. Most of the others went super soft, softs. We're going soft, super softs. And we're now up to half distance. Button is now in 3rd place, but he's due for a pit stop. Most probably this lap, I would say, looking at that. We're laughing. We can't make it through to the end because we don't have enough fuel. Oh, and I better just knock back on the tyres again. Now, I'm not so worried now about burning these out because we can at least go back to another set of softs and possibly get away super softs already. And one of the things that's the strategy in this is very high. I have messed up. I had one race last season where it was going to be wet about lap 5 or 6. It was damp at the start and most people went out on intermediates. I thought I'd be clever, I'll go out on wets, full wets. Big mistake. By the time the wets started to take effect, we were so far behind, even with pit stops of all the others to change to full wets, didn't help us at all. Now just keeping a very close eye on where everybody else is. We're a fair distance ahead of the third place man. He's 12 seconds roughly behind the lead. And we're just knocking it lap after lap after lap. And we will just have a quick look at condition, make sure nothing is right there. Now that's wings going down a bit, brakes going down a bit, but nothing serious as yet. Same here. But if that wears at the same rates as we're at the moment, we're going to be fine. Now I've got to decide who I'm going to pit first of all. It's going to be Altman. He's got less fuel to play with. I'm going to run him to about that 35 hopefully. He should just about make that on the fuel he's got. And hopefully then everybody else will have pitted. Depends how the tyres wear, because the more tyre wear you have, the quicker they wear. There's 18 laps left. We can go with super softs now. No problem. The Massa's already burnt almost a quarter way through his new tyres. Sorry about that. I will try and cut that out. Button's down in 10th, but he will catch up because now all those in front of him have got a pit. Yeah, you see the sort of things I like to play. Sound before it's a lot of similarities. I'm just gonna suck the sweet while I'm doing this because I'm trying to calm my foot down a bit. There's a lot of similarities between this and simulations. The difference being just simulating being a manager here, where in normal simulations you are being the worker. And I like playing both ways on farms, and there's people that remarked that especially when I use a lot of course player, I needn't really be playing it. But I like watching course play work. Right, I'm gonna get him down about 30% tyre wear. This tyre wear slightly worse. Right, I'm bringing him in. No, we got see how many laps we got. We got 14 laps, right? That's alright. So what we do is we're putting enough there. We're putting a bit more film we need, and he should be able to run orange most of the rest of the race now. No tyres. I'm going to put him set up super soft, so quicker tyre. That's alright. Pit actually just will be balanced, and hope we have a good pit stop. I'm going to let him come in first. Then a couple of laps later, well, his tyres are now showing that it was warm, so I will be bringing him in the next lap. We just wait for him to come in. He's in. We just see the pit stop. All in. 7th best pit stop. And we want to just... Oh. I don't want to do that. I want to do that. And that. Just get his tyres up to temperature. I'm going to pit. And we'll run him up now. Oops. Just run that down a bit. Run him up. And we're going to pit him. Same tyres. Super softs. 12 laps left, so I think we've probably got enough there, 7 laps to play with. In fact, I think we can actually knock back a couple of there. We should be alright with that. The less fuel you have, you see here, 1 lap of fuel is equivalent to 0.143 seconds per lap. So the less fuel you're carrying, the faster you're going, and the quicker your pit stop. Right. So Mr. Vest is going to come in from the lead. Has already pushed him up high on his tyres. His tyres now overheating, but I'm not going to worry too much about that because they're coming off. and he's away out 9th best, and he's come out in first place. Well, what can I say? I'm a genius. He isn't going to hold first place, I think, but Barrichello has got to pit. His tyres are just about shot. He hasn't pitted yet. And he's actually the only person who's run who hasn't pitted yet. Now, hopefully, we can run away with this now. Just knock that right back now. And Barrichello's pitted, and he's down in 8th. We're on for first and second at the moment. Oh, if we get that. Oh, I've got to be grateful I've done this, and it looks like we will be around an hour mark. Oh, what I should have just run to the end of the race. I'm going to start running at times 12 now for a little while, because there's not a lot else should happen now except for accidents. Just up the tyres again, keep an eye on those. Still first and second, 8 laps to go. When we get to about 4 laps to go, I will come out of this again, go back to times 4. And we've got excess fuel on both of them, as it says there, so we're fine on fuel, nothing seems to be breaking. There's 5 laps remaining, bring them around again, then slow it down for the last few laps. Someone's retired. Doesn't really make too much difference. We've got a good lead. Now he's in second. He's got an 8-second lead over 8.5-second lead over the bloke behind him. Up the tyres again. The tyres are hardly worn, and we've got plenty of fuel left to play with. If one of them should make a run for us, we can go to top power on the engine, but I'm going to keep it here, see what we're like. See, engine starting to wear, front wing starting to wear, but nothing too bad, and just the engine on this one. But I haven't run this as fast all the race, of course. 2 laps left. We just have a look at the standings at the end of this race, and then I will end it. And the video, and this is going to be a long round now. I'll be almost all night before I can play anything else for some rendering. And now we're now coming to the last lap. Now what I'm going to do here is I am going to send them both out flat out. Just see if I can get one really good lap under the belt. If we can get fastest lap and all, it's even nicer. But it doesn't look like we will. First section's too slow. That's its best. But that's it, we have won. I'm just going to fast forward this up 12 until everybody finishes. First and second. I think we're bound for Formula 1 next year. And that's 517 by Chris and Falk. Excellent mod. And one I can definitely recommend. I know Johnny recommends it. One I wouldn't have been using it if it wasn't for Johnny Vee. I keep mentioning the Aussie's name. And there it just tells you your pit stops. You see one guy at the back here really messed up. He must have come in too early. Yeah, it looks like he came far too early off the softs, and he burned out one set of super softs. Now each driver and each build of car has slightly different characteristics. Some drivers are easy on the tyres and some are very hard. Just going to screw it there. We've got no chance of real brake. We're not using anything dodgy at all. We've got extra points for the pole position. As you can see, we're way ahead of everybody. And there we are, first and second. Was Button third. Rather nice beating Button. And this gives us our individual. Sylvester, I think, is going to be World Formula 2 champion. He's 64 points ahead. That's after 7, so we've got 5 rounds left. And Ortman, after not running all the rounds, is now up to 5th place. Let's have a quick look at there we are, 91 points ahead in the team championship. It's getting more and more likely that we are going to win both the individual and the team. Right, with that I want to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider a like. Don't forget to have a look at the Johnny Vee's. I will put a link to Johnny Vee in the description to his channel. Give him a look, give him a like on his stuff, and subscribe to him if you haven't already. Even though he's arsey, he's a lovely bloke. Alright, if you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. Always happy to have new people aboard. Next week I'm going to be, hopefully, although we have got work going on the house at the moment, so it might be too noisy to record too much in the next couple of weeks. I will be doing a game that no longer exists, which I still have spent more time than any other on, and you'll see what that is next week. We've got plenty of cash here. I think we're going up. We will need to do something to the factory. Right. Any comments, questions, queries, feel free to post them in the comments section. And once we get round to it, we will be starting a new section up in PCSG to do with management games. This one in particular, mainly this one. This is one of the better ones out there. And got all that. I'll read all this off screen. And with that, it's me saying that. Cheerio for now. Cheerio.